Yeah.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Once again, we are back at it again for the win. It's your boy Chris. Matt is with us in spirit. We got Keith and Jawan. Uh, how y'all fellas feeling?
All is well. All is well.
All is
Everything's
well.
lovely in LA.
Another day, you know what I'm saying? Just another
my,
day.
my brother, you live in Texas. All right. Once again, it's for the win. Please, we appreciate everybody that's taking the time, taking a moment to click on this video. Appreciate all your support. Make sure you like, comment, let us know what you think down below in the comments. And, please subscribe. We appreciate your support in advance. We're talking about the NBA once again, man. The playoffs has been absolutely incredible. You know what I'm saying? And as the Brian Vengers that we are, you know what I'm saying? You know we're gonna start with another amazing win. LeBron once again lifts the Lakers over the Grizzlies. Keith, give us a recap of what you saw.
That was a great game we saw. What a great game. Brian had the 2020 game. AD wasn't his usual self, but the others stepped up. Russell provided a good spark shooting the ball. Like I told everybody he would. Like I told everybody this team would advance to the next round. And I bet on that. I bet my boy, and now he don't want to text me back. He don't want to text me back. I thought we was cool, but it's all good. It's all good. It was a great game, and I knew they was gonna take it. I knew they had to get this one, and you didn't want to give the Grizzlies no hope. So I'm glad they stumped on their neck and took that 3-1 lead.
Okay. So I mean, I guess my question to you is like, how did you know that they was gonna take it? Like, what is it that like gives you this deep rooted belief that the Lakers was going, you know what I'm saying, overcome all the obstacles and challenges this season to get where they are?
Because I just knew it was a couple problems they needed to fix. It was chemistry issues. They got that under works. And then all they needed to do was just gel. LeBron always going to compete if he has the right team around him. So I knew once they had the shooting, once they had some others playmaking other than him, you got a nice presence down low with AD. That's all he needs to compete. And I just knew they was going to get it together in the end. When you count Brian out, that's what he do.
If you count Brian out, you can't count. Is that what you saying?
Don't bet against him. Don't ever bet against him.
Okay, all right, Juwan, what's your take on the game?
I mean, I rooted for the Lakers, but I'm kind of more disappointed in what I saw. Like, Brian had 20 and 20. It looked nice on the stats, but realistically, like, he wasn't aggressive enough for me. You shot, I don't know how many shots he shot, but you had like 10 shots going into the fourth quarter. I mean, AD is not playing good. He has 4 points going into the fourth. Why are you not exerting yourself? Why are you not carrying the team? If it wasn't for D'Angelo Russell hitting them 3 threes, that would have been game. And that kind of was a fluke because D'Lo didn't really have a good game up until that. It does seem like they always do find somebody to come give them a spark. But at the same time, if you're going to be playing this bad, you can't really expect to keep up with the Suns because KD not going to be missing. Book averaging like 35. Chris Paul going to be doing cheap shots. And so it's what I don't know. I didn't really like what I saw. I'm glad they won. I really think they should have swept them by now. You should have really beat the Grizzlies when Ja wasn't playing. You would have won this game. It would have been a sweep. So, yeah, they played good, but they could be in the next round resting right now. So, yeah, it's looking good, but, I mean, it could be better. I'm not going to lie.
This is a 7 seed we talking about here. This is a 7 seed.
They're 7 seed, but you have LeBron and AD. You got low-key the 2 best players on the floor. I ain't going to lie. And then, I mean, you have Austin Reeves, Rui. They didn't really look that good to me. And then, I mean, fam, if it was for D'Lo hitting them threes, they wouldn't have won. And then it went to OT too. And then AD, bro, you can't have 4 points through 3 quarters. Like, you're not going to win basketball games doing that. I mean, you did beat the number 2 seed. They're a good team, but AD's performance, like, I'm not happy with that. And Bron, you have to shoot more than 15 shots. Austin Reeves can't be the leading scorer. Who is Austin Reeves? So
you make some valid points, but this is what LeBron does. Entertainment value. He takes the game to overtime. He puts on the show. This is what he does. This is why we watch him. Entertainment value.
man, he was not trying to go to OT. That old ass nigga was not trying to go to OT, man. Them niggas barely. But nah, man, I'm just not really proud of what I saw. I'm glad they won. I was in the group chat talking, but like, man, like I was way too stressed. Like at a point, I gave up. Like, I thought they was gonna lose.
Yeah, personally, I mean, I keep saying this. I know I'm probably beating the dead horse, but I think it's super important for LeBron to kind of be right where he was at. Like literally, LeBron. I think that's the formula for them to win. LeBron, don't be trying to get 30. Don't be trying to get close to 40. We know you can do it. We know you can do it. You know what I'm saying? But get everybody else involved. Like figure out how to let somebody else shine. The problem is that I'm seeing is AD. Like we really. AD should be putting up 30 and he should be having 20 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like he really should do that in his sleep. He's too talented. He's too gifted. You know what I mean? Like he's just too big and plays way too soft. And like you never know what you're getting from AD. That's the thing. But the beautiful part is the cohesiveness of the rest of the team. You know what I mean? Like being able to get, AR-15. That's a beautiful thing to me for him to step up, in his very first playoff experience and be leading the team in scoring. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like having those pieces to be able to step up, kind of like Robert Horry used to. Like that's how Robert Horry got 7 rings. Like he always had stepped up and had those big moments in those critical games, like right when it was needed. You know what I mean? Those are valuable pieces that step up at the most opportunistic time. And I think, Bron facilitating, Bron figuring it out, doing like scoring in other ways. Like I remember when Kobe was in the finals, I don't know if it was for his 5th ring. I think it was for his 5th ring. And he couldn't buy a bucket, bro. He was not, and the other pieces stepped up. I think you had Meta World Peace step up and hit a 3. He was trash in terms of like at that stage of his career. At that, like Meta World Peace was really, really good as Ron Artest, like when he was a young player. But when he was older, he was just like mad strong and but he knew how to play. He could lock up on defense. But he stepped up. Kobe couldn't hit nothing. But yeah, just and he hit the 3 at the right time. And Kobe wanted it back, but he was just like, nah, and cash that boy. But Kobe, Kobe started facilitating. Like Kobe played, he really kind of started playing like Bron, getting everybody else involved, and he just started grabbing boards. Like I think he might have had like 15 rebounds or something. And he got his finals MVP, and he got his chip in the game 7. He didn't have it, but he stepped up in different ways. And so I think that's like really important for LeBron to do, especially at this time. I wouldn't necessarily say it was for entertainment value, but it was exciting though, like for D'Lo to come at the right time and cash some 3 threes, and then for LeBron, especially to kind of get his revenge on Dylan Brooks, who was talking all that trash. He like, bump him, make him go left, not knowing that LeBron is ambidextrous and he's naturally a left-handed player anyway. And so LeBron just took them bumps, and he was just bully balled his way to the rim, got it, and it had that iconic moment where he was able to turn around and scream at the crowd. Like that was super, super exciting. I was lit, bro. I was driving, and I hit Bleacher Report. I ain't even got TNT, and it popped up. I had 10 minutes to watch. I'm like, come on, give me something. And then LeBron had that moment, bro. I was in the car going crazy looking at that. Yeah. So it was definitely a dope, epic moment. Super happy for him. Do y'all think that they close it out? What game do y'all say they close it out in?
Probably within the next 2. Probably within the next 2. I mean, they easily could close it out next game, but you see how they be playing. They don't really be, always getting up for games that they should get up for. So I could see them losing, but probably winning the 6th one. But I mean, if they win 5, I wouldn't be surprised. That's what they should win in. But it's the Lakers.
Yeah. What you got, Keith?
Pretty much that. I mean, I think they can take it in 5. My original prediction was 6 games. So, if I get that right, that'll be great. But long as they advance, I'm good. So I think probably 5 games what they should. But knowing them and how AD's gonna show up, it might take 6.
But
And
here's
then to do it at home.
I think AD is due a good game. I think he's due a good game. I hope they close it out in 5. I picked Grizz in 7. I don't know if I owe you some push-ups or something. You know what I'm saying? I stand by I'm a man of my word. What you said? I ain't giving this.
I'll take cash.
Nah, I ain't bet that. We got to shake on that beforehand.
Actually, no, I like Zell.
Like, but yeah. So I think that they're gonna. I think they're gonna do it in 6. I'm hoping that they do it in 5. Obviously, get Brian as much rest as you can. It's probably a good thing that they did lose that one game that they lost, so they won't be too rusty when they come back. This is obviously if they advance, but I think that they definitely going to advance. I definitely think they're going to do it in 6. I hope they do it in 5. And but we shall see. You know what I'm saying? LeBron clearly needs as much rest as he possibly can get. And hopefully they go to the next round and progress. Outside of that, speaking of other exciting games, we had Jimmy Buckets turn up the heat on them Bucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Came through in the clutch and had an amazing, monstrous game. What's your take on that, Juwan?
Man, he a hooper for real. He weird, not like Westbrook-esque, with like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes hoop, sometimes he don't. Cause sometimes he do hoop, sometimes he don't. But I think he more consistent than Westbrook. He's just different, and he did that to Giannis. I mean, you can't take nothing away from him. I mean, they up 3-1. I know Giannis was hurt, but the Bucks still got a solid team, and I bet they ain't play Giannis because they felt like we got a solid team, we can still win. But Jimmy like that, bro. You gotta respect him, you gotta guard him, and then with the Heat too, they always had like the most like conditioned team. They always got to come into training camp like under a certain percentage of body fat. They always run. I feel like they always are the most well conditioned. Just the coaching staff be having them right. It ain't no excuses. They very disciplined. So I think they always, no matter if they the AFC, said they always gonna compete and throw some punches out there, even when they have no business. Just like beating the Bucks, they ain't had no business. Being with the Lakers when they won in the bubble, they ain't really had too much business. So they always gonna be solid. So you gotta respect them. When Jimmy go off, he gonna give you one of them games, and when he do, it ain't really much you could do. So he did it. Giannis couldn't do nothing. Giannis got punched on for the millionth time. So it's raps.
Great
I don't know though.
game.
I don't know if the series over though. I don't know. Bucks might be able to take it to 7. If they take it to 7, they have a chance. But
that great game by playoff Jimmy, which I do believe is real, even though he said after the game it ain't real, because that man do turn it up in the playoffs. I've seen his numbers, and they definitely shoot way up when you're in the playoffs. But no, it was a great game by Jimmy. His team definitely needs it. They don't have Tyler Hero no more. Bam, you can't really consistently rely on. He's more of a defensive presence. He's not really the tallest center. So you're going to need Jimmy offense. He provided that. And I didn't think one player could really propel a team over, a team like the Bucks. I didn't really think that would happen. But I'm not counting the Bucks out just due to championship pedigree. They might be able to steal a few and then take it to 7, and then anything could happen in the game 7. So, but great performance by Jimmy. If he closes this out, I'm gonna give him a lot of respect for doing this, because I didn't see that happen.
I did. I told
you picked the Heat.
No, I didn't pick the Heat, but
okay, don't do that.
No. But what I'm saying is, if we go back on a couple episodes ago, I said I was talking about that dog in Jim. Actually, you said he got that dog in him, but I was saying that he really liked that. You know what I mean? He's one of them old school throwback players that don't back down from nobody, and like he earned a lot more respect. Like I already knew he was like that, but he earned my respect when they was in the finals in the bubble a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, he one of them ones. Like he definitely got that dog in him, and he don't care. He don't care who in front of him. Like he coming at you. He coming at your
Yeah.
neck. Like period. You know, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely showed up and showed out. You know what I mean? Like that was one for the ages. Like I think he already eclipsed 1,000 points as in the postseason. The only players that's done that in Heat history is Brian, Bosh, and Wade. So he up there in the top 4 ever. And he only been on the team what 4 years now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like I just think that's just absolutely incredible. He is a little off. I mean, I don't know what he be on sometimes with them lock extensions he came in with looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Keep the braids, Jimmy. Keep the braids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he be on, but when it's time for him to play, when it's time to show up, when the bright lights get bright, you know, he gonna give you everything he got. And like you said, Juwan, like they keep that team well conditioned, they keep that team in shape, and you know, anything is really possible. Like I said, they was the 8th seed, but I was like, if anybody can knock off a 1 seed, it's gonna be any team that got Jimmy buckets on it. You know what I mean? He for sure stood up to that. He been earned that name, but he definitely like he embodied it 100%. So I'm excited to see what happens moving forward. You know, obviously the Bucks have been the best team in the league all year. The Giannis injury clearly has helped them in terms of being able to, you know, overcome. But the Bucks got a great team overall. So, you know,
Yeah.
anything, like y'all said, anything can happen. I'm excited to see what happens. But this is definitely a playoff series. I'm gonna be glued to. I'm keeping my eyes on. Aside from that, we had the Cavs and the Knicks. The Knicks, man, for the first time in forever, looking like, you know, they looking like they might do some. They look like they can go pretty far in the playoffs, man. I'm excited to see what happens. I see Stephen A. Smith been going crazy. He looked like he got tears in his eyes from his excitement. And what's crazy to me is what's that dude
Nigga
name?
hairline growing back.
He's stressing less. He's reverse aging. Julius Randolph ain't been having a good playoff series yet. They find themselves up 3-1. Keys to that, you say what?
I think that's pretty amazing that Julius is playing bad and they still got the lead. I think it's all credit to Brunson, man.
Mm-hmm.
He is a really talented player. He really knows how to get in the lane, find his spot, and shoot at the right time, you know. And he's a smaller guard, so you kind of got to have a little extra skill. You got to be able to pivot and have good footwork and get those close range jumpers off and floaters off over the bigs. But I think this is just more of a indictment on the Cavs. I mean, you have too good of a roster to be looking like how you look. Donovan Mitchell, I don't know if he's all cracked up what I thought him to be. I mean, personally, I think De'Aaron Fox is better than him. I was just having that debate, but I'll see what y'all think about that. But you got Darius Garland over there. You got the 2 twin towers down low, and y'all can't stop the Knicks with Randall not playing well. And it's just Brunson, a 5'9" point guard over there. I mean, he's talented, but he's a smaller guard. So I just think the Cavs are disappointing. I did see this team potentially getting to the second round with the talent they had around Mitchell, I thought, but it doesn't look like that will happen. The Knicks definitely going to close this one out, in my opinion.
Okay. What game? They up 3-1.
What game?
Yeah, what game you got?
Who crib they play at next?
I don't even know. That's a good question.
Because who's the higher seed? Cleveland was. See, that's just they had the first 2 at the crib, next 2 at Knicks, and then 5 at they crib. So they might take it. I don't think they're gonna go out like no clowns. They might take that one, but the Knicks will probably end up getting the one after that.
Knicks and 6.
So probably 6 games. 6 games.
Okay, Juwan, what's your react to that?
Originally, I thought they was going probably, go 7. But the way I seen the Knicks handle them and Randall played terrible. Randall was on the bench. I didn't even peep to I'm like, wow. And then
Mm-hmm.
Brunson, that's just a testament to how good he really is. When I first seen him last year with Luka, I was like, man, you just playing next to Luka. And Luka getting all the attention. Of course, you're going to hoop. But nah, he's really like that. He's probably better than Randall. Probably the best player on that team. And he the leader. And I think he a coach's son, too. So, he probably crafty, know all the little ins and outs and been studying the game since, he was a little boy. So, I was really surprised. D Mitch is really good, but when they needed him, he was like 1 for 9 in the second half, like 4 of 18.
Mm-hmm.
He played like you just picked the worst game. Like that game 4 is so pivotal. You kind of need that. You kind of picked especially with a team you really about even with neck and neck with. You have
Yeah.
to split them. You can't be losing games. That's a toss up anybody can get because next thing you know, you're down 3-1. Not many people come back down from that unless you're LeBron. So. It's not really looking good for him. I think personally, centers like Jared Allen, I don't know. I mean, you were good defensively, but offensively, I feel like you kind of leave your team limited, and it just makes you struggle a little bit. And if you got people not hitting the outside shots like Donovan Mitchell, I don't know. Maybe they trapping him. Maybe they throwing something extra at him. I don't know. But he performed terribly. So I think he's gonna bounce back. But I don't know. The Knicks. And I don't even see nothing from the Knicks that's just got me super excited besides Brunson. I guess
Mm-hmm.
RJ Barrett playing a little bit better. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the Knicks, they looking like they're going to take it comfortably in the series. I thought easily should go to 7 because, to me, they're about equal.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely thought, I mean, this is one, I think, was this one of the ones that Matt picked and said he really, I mean, there was 4 and 5 seed. I for sure saw it going 7. Like, oh man, this looked pretty evenly matched up, like an even matchup. And I mean, like you said, Jalen Brunson has been a huge difference. Like, I know the Mavs are sick right now, bro. Like the fact that they just let him go only for, it's crazy to say only 100 mil, but only for 100 mil. And what was crazy was the criticism that they was getting for signing him. Like, oh, he don't deserve that money. Nah, he proved like, nah, y'all probably need to give him some more. Like, y'all really got him for a steal. The way he's showing up, like, I mean, he's looking like the way he's showing up. It kind of reminds me of Jimmy Butler. Like, just somebody that's just going, the consummate professional is going to show up. He's going to give you everything he got. He gonna squeeze as much juice out of that lemon as he possibly can, and he gonna lift his team up, when the lights get the brightest. So I think he's like the perfect fit for the Knicks in terms of just being somebody that's just got that dog in him, and it's really just about that grit and determination. He done elevated everybody around him. He got RJ Barrett looking like like that. It was a good decision to keep him around. And like I said, it's exponentially impressive the fact that Julius Randle has been essentially trash. Like, just imagine if he catch on. You know what I'm saying? And they keep playing like that with the Madison Square Garden with that crowd that is probably the best crowd in the league. They ain't had a whole, like, really, in our generation, we ain't had a whole lot of reasons to see like what it's really like or what's the aura is about Madison Square Garden. But you see how crazy they was going the other day, and it's like, man, that atmosphere got to be crazy. Just to be a part of. Like, if I could just be a fly on the wall, I would just appreciate being in that playoff atmosphere when the Knicks is up. So they looking like they might take it handily. I was thinking it was gonna go 7. I don't know. The way they was looking, they might do it in 5. They might just go ahead and close that thing out. But hopefully Donovan Mitchell step up and give his team what they need. I mean, for somebody that put up a 70-point game, bro, hey,
Yeah.
I need to see that wasn't no fluke, man. Like, I need to,
And then I was watching the game. Why is Shetty Osman in, bro? I don't know if it was foul trouble, but like he can't be in the closing lineup, bro. He's just not good enough. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I just
he's not in the
not
rotation.
Win, you can be in the rotation, but fourth quarter minutes clutch. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody else, bro. Not no. Come on.
Juwan sounds so disappointed. Let me just come on, dog.
I'm
I be
disappointed
confused with
in
some of the
Donovan
rosters
Mitchell.
they be putting out. Like I be confused with some of these coaches be putting out terrible rosters. Like I was confused with Darvin Ham because AD has 4 points. It's like late third going into the fourth. You kind of got AD still out there like playing offense through him. Like fam, he hasn't done nothing. He has 4 points. You think he's gonna just all of a sudden snap out of it and start like making shots? He's great. Don't get me wrong, but why are you not trying to lean on LeBron? Like, all right, let me use LeBron a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I do not liking the decisions. It feel like they don't make adjustments on the fly. Like, I'm not saying stop believing in your players, but like, what the hell are you doing? He has 4 points.
We've actually bumped into a pretty good conversation because I think that's been something that I've noticed. Like coaching, like especially in the playoffs, it's all about adjustments. You know what I mean? Like you play the same teams, you can't just keep going in with the same thing. And I've noticed there's been too many occasions or a lot where I'm like, why ain't you calling timeout? Like you just letting the game get away from you. Like you're not doing anything or making any type of moves. Like that's what your job is. To put your players in a position to win the game, to be successful. And Darvin Ham, he's made some questionable moves. I mean, it's been a lot of it. You know, I mean, even you can say going back for a couple of years, like Doc Rivers, even though they advanced already, you know, Doc Rivers has made a lot of questionable calls. It's like he's always had this aura of he's this great coach and he's been living off the you know the residue of his success from that one championship he won back in '08. Like I seen a post that said the Celtics have like milked that one championship longer than any team in history. But we've always said like Doc Rivers is a great coach and like I'm not saying he's not, but he didn't do what I thought he was going. When they got rid of Vinny Del Negro with the Clippers, and then Doc Rivers got over there with the Clippers, and I just knew with Blake Griffin and CP3 and that they had a squad over there, and it was just like I know they had a lot of injuries, but I think that good coaching, you know, especially when you got that much depth, you know, you'll be able to elevate your team if you that dude, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't. I ain't been seeing it this year. I've been seeing a lot of bad. It's been a lot of bad coaching and a lot of bad officiating, dog. Like I don't know what's the foul no more. I don't know what's the foul. I don't know what the flagrant is. Like they kicking some people out for one reason. They not kicking people out for other reasons. You know what I'm saying? Some things is more egregious, you know, but they just it's kind of like a free for all with the people that's supposed to anchor the game that you're supposed to depend on most. Like your coach, you should have good coaching. Like everybody should be good coaches that's in the playoffs. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and every official that's in the playoffs officiating the games should be dependable. Like this should be the best of the best. And I just feel like we're not really seeing a good product as far as that comes. And it's not putting the players, it's putting them in a you know, they not being put in a good position to be hella successful. Like even James Harden getting kicked out. What you think about James Harden getting? Did you think that was intentional or was that a good call when he got ejected?
Man, I don't like to see him get kicked out like that. But luckily, I don't really think it impacted the game too much. They still won. They still swept him. So I don't think he should have. But I mean, they pick and choose and when you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They picking and choosing. That's all I can. I don't know what
Joel Embiid, he upwards tried to kick Claxton,
right,
and he didn't get in trouble for that.
That's like they smooth didn't see that.
Yeah.
And Dejounte Murray was pushing on the ref, and then Tatum low key was doing the same, but nothing happened to Tatum. But Dejounte Murray, they shouldn't even suspend. Like y'all was getting swept in there regardless, or if not swept, losing the five. Like you might as well just let him play, get the check. Yeah. I don't know why he tried to get bucked with the ref. Like, fam, it's not the ref fault. Like, y'all, it's not good enough. Like, it's trying to act like the ref cost you the game. Like, bro, the game was not like.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all not,
like, bro.
I seen some terrible officiating though. Like, I've seen a whistle blown so late. I was like, what happened? What happened? Like, bro, they're running down the court, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you blowing the whistle now? And I think what they do is they blow the whistle based on the crowd's reaction. And then they start feeling bad and they see how egregious it was not to make that call. And then they trying to get it, trying to correct it. Bro, they're past half court about to get a layup. And you're gonna blow that foul call. Like
yeah. Yeah, it's It's definitely interesting. It sucks. I hope they get it together definitely for the second round because I feel like the games have been so good in spite of the bad coaching at times and the terrible officiating. Like tighten that up, man. Because what's gonna happen is I promise you, if I'm to book it now, if the Lakers win and we continue to see bad officiating, they're gonna try to diminish another championship from LeBron because of what we've seen. I'm telling you now, you know what I'm saying? Like they won't do it
That's
with
coming
anybody else.
regardless.
It is, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's been terrible. It's been absolutely atrocious. Like call it, like just be consistent. Like whatever, like let the players adjust and adapt to whatever you're gonna do. But it can't just be a free for all. Like they gotta hold these officials accountable, man, because it's been really really bad. And I'm not one to make excuses for any player or anybody. Like show up, play your game, do your thing. If you make your shots, you know what I'm saying, you don't put it in the officials' hands. Like, but these games is too close. The games are nip and tuck, and you know, I mean, one bad call can change the total trajectory of a game. Like, we just gotta have this. Has got to be better, man. They got to step it up. That being said, before we get on out of here, I wanted to ask. We got 3 teams that's down 3-1 in the series. My question to you is, who is most likely to come back from down 3-1? You got the Bucks, you got the Grizzlies, and you got the Cavs.
Who you asking?
I'm gonna go with Juwan. Who you think most likely to come back?
I think it's clearly the Bucks. But to argue that, I could see the Knicks selling and losing. Not that the Cavs are good, but the Knicks are inconsistent. I don't think the Grizzlies are really. Ja hurt. Steven Adams not there. I'm really not even used. To me, Ja not hurt. He had 40 the other night. He's not hurt. I'm not really. De'Aaron Fox is who's hurt. You know what I'm saying? De'Aaron Fox is the one who's actually hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bucks to me, they got Giannis. They actually have a good solid team regardless of whether Giannis is there or not. The Heat can be had. They did lose in the playoff game or the playing game, so they can be had. So definitely beatable. So if anyone's going to do it, they're the most likely option. But if you have to pick another team, I could see the Knicks losing a few games and then letting it get out of control.
Okay. My question to you is, who's the most likely? Because you sound like you splitting hairs right here. Which one? Which one we
for
going
sure
with?
the Bucks. For sure the
Bucks.
Bucks. I know everybody gonna say the Bucks, but I just tried to, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Just in case if you had a little hope, a little 0.1%,
Yeah.
the Knicks might start losing games. Randall might throw a fit. Thibodeau might play all their players 56 minutes. Somebody get hurt, So.
All right. I'm with you. Keith, what you got?
Well, first off, I don't know why the Grizzlies was even in the question. These guys are toast. These guys are done, man. But with that being said, it's clearly the Bucks, man. I have no faith in this Cavs team. And Kawhi don't either. I mean, I got about as little faith in them as Kawhi playing in this series. So I just don't see that happening, man. It's clearly the Bucks. They're a 1 seed. They're built for this. They're supposed to be one of the strongest teams. They went through the most adversity. So to win the championship, you got to go through things. So I think they definitely have the most likely chance to come back. And they have some injuries going on, and they got some guys in the rotation that are just not good, man. Kyle Lowry, I don't know how much longer he got, and I just don't see Drew Holiday and Giannis being happy about losing to a guy like that.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson looks like a cartoon character. So
Yeah, man. I'm with you. What's crazy if you look at the last game that they played, talking about the Bucks and the Heat, like Jimmy went off for 20 in the first, over 20 in the first quarter and in the fourth. Like he went crazy in the fourth, and that's when it's like, oh, but they needed every single one of them points in order for him to do it. He needed to go crazy, and he typically kind of let the game come to him and then do whatever's needed. But he did that early, which is kind of interesting. And he's shooting threes, and he really ain't a 3-point shooter like that. He kind of refuses to shoot threes, but he's like started playing totally different. But they needed every single point, meaning like the Bucks could have easily and probably should have easily won that game. Honestly, if he don't go, God mode in that game, and then the series is tied 2-2. You know what I mean? So it could be a very, very different series. I'm trying my best not to agree with y'all, but I can't help. That's why I had to give a little bit more of a breakdown as to what I'm seeing, because it's like if Jimmy Butler don't go crazy in the first and in the fourth quarter, then
So do you got the Bucks then, or
that's what I'm saying? I'm saying the Bucks is that good of a team. Like, they got
you
Giannis
got them
out there.
winning? Not the most likely to. Do you got them actually winning though?
Winning the whole thing? No,
the series.
No. Oh, the series? No. I don't. I don't think they're gonna win the whole thing. I mean, I think they have the best chance to do it, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't.
If they win the next two, I got them. I'm not gonna.
If it goes 7, I got them. I think the Heat gonna close it out in 6. That's what I think. I think they're gonna take. They'll take Game 5 because they back at home, right? Game 5, and then the Heat gonna be back, and I think Miami. Well, that's the thing.
I think the Bucks are good enough to still win in Miami. So
no, they are. They are.
They can very well win.
You know what? You're making me think, because Miami, they do not care. They not like a New York crowd. They not like a Sacramento crowd. Like, it's so much to do in Miami. They don't be caring about basketball like that. Like, like remember when Ray Allen and them hit that shot? Everybody was leaving, and then they didn't stay to the end, and then Miami end up taking that game. Like, they was trying to beat traffic. They don't be caring, even when their team is good. Like, they not. So they might not lift a team up the way that they need. So you make a compelling point, but I don't. Do I think that the Bucks are gonna win 3 games in a row? I don't, if I'm being completely honest. But they do.
Though, I seen the Heat lose to the Hawks in the play-in. They're the same team, just a few games apart. I think the Bucks can beat them 3 games in a row. Like, it's a 50-50 if you ask me.
It's a toss-up. I just don't think they will. But again, if I had to choose one that had the best chance to do it, definitely the Bucks. The Grizzlies, I don't see them doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think LeBron, I think Dylan Brooks put too much pressure on himself. I mean, he ain't even talking to the media. I'm out. He's just been leaving. He just like, where you go, bro? What's all that trash you was talking? Y'all made me be the villain. Like, no, you made yourself be the villain, and then you got embarrassed. Then you went and hit. Then you backhanded Brian in the ding ding and got ejected. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't swipe for the ball. He went backhand first. Like, he said, "Man, forget this." You know what I'm saying? This is a wrap for them.
He didn't swipe for the ball
at all.
He swiped for something else.
He swiped for the balls, not the ball. The plural. So I think the Grizzlies got too many injuries. I think Ja Morant, it's hard for me to believe he really injured like that. He just be, and then it's his fault too. I seen a meme, another meme, that it was like Jeff Hardy or one of the Hardy boys jumped off the turntable, and he was like 25 feet in the air, like, it was like Ja Morant.
He's got to stop playing that way, because he's going to cut his career short.
Yeah.
I would hate to see that from such a talented player.
Yeah.
But even me watching and rooting against him, I'm like, why are you doing this every single It's like you kind of got to know when to bring out your layup package, and when to just finish on a lay instead of trying to get that, but I ain't gonna go off into all that, but it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah, you don't have to jump as high as you possibly can. He's so young, he thinks he's invincible, and he's learning. Like, bro, he got injured last playoffs, he got injured this playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, yo, just chill. Like, last year, that wasn't his fault. I mean, injuries I can't blame anybody, but I'm not gonna absolve you from blame if you 15 feet in the air every single time. Like, it's amazing you could jump that high. But my nigga, what goes up must come down. You gotta chill, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, people were taking charges. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he didn't fall on LeBron's head, he would have got hurt for sure, for sure. LeBron just looked like, you all right? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, that
LeBron
was
said.
Yeah. You know, so the Grizzlies definitely don't see them doing it. Hopefully the Lakers close them out in 5, definitely by 6. And the Cavs, I just don't believe in Donovan Mitchell. I've almost feel like he was like a bubble player. Like he showed out. It was almost like a practice squad player. He got to 70, but like, you just never know what you really gonna get. So I'm gonna have to roll with the Bucks with the best chance. Do I think they're gonna do it? No. But if they did it, would I be surprised? Nah, because they're the number 1 seed. They're the best team.
I take the Bucks personally, but I don't want them making it out to the first round. They might compose too much of a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Too much of a problem later on.
They get past the Heat, they might make it all the way. I don't know. I'm rooting for the Lakers. I don't think AD holding Giannis, so you know what I'm saying. Hopefully,
he not.
Oh. But I think for ratings sake, I do want the Bucks to advance, because I mean, the Heat, man, we don't really think the Heat's winning it, man. So I do want to see the Bucks in the next round, because then it'll be Bucks, Knicks, and it'll be Boston and Philly. I think we all want to see, those heavy hitters, Philly, Boston, Bucks. We want to see them top 3 teams.
What about the Knicks?
Not the Knicks. Collide. The Knicks is just by default because the Cavs. So that's why they're there.
Yeah,
but
the Knicks. They
I want to
championship
see
is
Giannis in the next round.
Yeah, the Knicks championship.
I think Knicks would be a good ass series though.
That'd be real gritty, real dirty, grimy defensive series. I feel like
flat, musty like Randall. I mean,
yeah, that'd definitely be a good one. But hopefully the best team. Hey, at the end of the day, I want to see the best teams advance, like he said, because that's going to create the best matchups and the best series. Because I want to see this go as long as they possibly can go. It's been incredibly entertaining. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. You guys have done absolutely another amazing job on another amazing episode. Appreciate y'all for showing up and showing out, covering the games. And once again, thank y'all for watching. We appreciate you in advance. Make sure you like, you comment, let us know what you think, who you think is going to advance, who you think is most likely to come back from down 3-1. And let us know how we doing. You know what I mean? The more support we get, the more visibility we get, and the more we'll be able to bring you some amazing content. So appreciate y'all. We'll holler at y'all next time. Round of applause for 4, the win. We'll see y'all next time. Same time, same place. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Win. Yeah, we got the victory. Bringing the symphony. Playing some tunes, cause when you lose, we got the victory. We got the victory. Victory. Ain't taking no losses, straight up we bust. We got the victory. Yeah, victory.